girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, the background's a little bit different. I'm out of town. I'm in Dallas. I'm over here chilling basically till I take off and go to New York City. I'm going so I can see my dad, my stepmom, you know, go around, eat some good food and just chill for a little bit. If I definitely have time to take you guys along on the journey, I will. But right now, we need to sit and talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, you guys. This episode came on the other night. And let me tell you, Kimmi had enough of them playing with her name. She got about tired of Martell, Tiffany, and Marceau playing with her name, and she had to put them hoes in check. And Martell is a joker. Like, he just is a joker. Like, literally, I just don't like Martell. I don't like Marceau. And Maurice, you definitely working my way up, like the way up on the list, because the fact that you were even allowing them to play with Kimmi like that and not even defend her when it came to her being a side chick is really making me feel like, well, nigga Maurice, are you spoofing the timeline a little bit? Like, is Kimmi out of the loop on something? Is there something you need to admit, Maurice? That's how I'm starting to feel. But let's go ahead and get through the rest of the episode, y'all, before we get to the end, you know, to all the hoopla. If you're new to my channel, I appreciate you for tuning in. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Everybody else, definitely hit that like button and drop down in the comments to tell me how you feel about the episode, okay? So let's go ahead and talk about the opening. We open up with Melody. She is doing the video for Telltale Signs. You know, basically it's behind the scenes of what was going on in her first video. I loved Melody for Melody's first video. Telltale Signs definitely was, you know, it did what it needed to do. We got the gist of, you know, the song, you know, the video, the setup, everything. We got it. She definitely had some friends over there that was like, dang, are they gonna become a part of the show? I think one friend's name was Stormy, and then the other one was like Brittany. So if they're married, you know, maybe they'll slowly work themselves into the show. But I definitely would love to see some friends of Kimmi's, like maybe some nurse friends or something like that. Tisha don't need no more friends. Wanda is enough. But like, I really want to see more people from Kimmi's side. I'd definitely be interested to see how that goes. Like, are they, like, Kimmi's level-headed? So she's got to have some friends who are like that as well, right? But nonetheless, we see the scene where Melody's talking to her friend Brittany and basically apologizing that Martell went after her. Now, we all remember when Martell went after Melody after he did that fake ass having the kids in the car talking about, well, daddy teaches us to pray, he teaches us to tie our shoes, he teaches us to all this type of stuff, and they were in the car. That stuff was so freaking rehearsed. Martell, you ain't playing nobody. You, Maurice, and Marceau all had the same problem. All niggas who think they the smartest ones in the room, and y'all like to play on people's intelligence. And he wanted to do that whole fakery in the car, then get out and walk down the street because people were on live. Like, they checked him on that live, like, bro, what are you doing? Your kids are in the car. And so he stepped out. And then when he got out the car, then he started talking mess about how, oh, Melody left the kids for a day at a friend's house. How dare you leave them with a friend? All she got is one kid. She's not equipped to handle. And it's like, if you can handle one kid, if you know how to keep one kid alive, I'm pretty sure you can handle four. Like, and you think Melody, her mom, would leave the kids in somebody's hands that she would not trust? So Martell, bag. But she basically was apologizing to old girl, and she was like, you know, you don't have to say nothing. Martell is going through a lot, you know, him being a man, going through what he was going through. He definitely was just looking for basically a reason to lash out. And if there's anything we know Martell knows how to do all too well, it's lash out at other people. This whole time, ever since Martell has been definitely, you know, under firing squad, has been in the hot seat, he has been doing everything he can to sit there and deflect. And he's, you know, trying to point the finger at everybody else. And it's like, Martell, no matter how hard you try to point one finger, you know, at other people, you got three more pointing at you. So you might want to stop it. But oh girl, she got it, was cool. So moving on, we see Tisha go over to Black to talk to Jalen. Now, Jalen has admitted he about had enough of working at Black. Everybody knew when he got hired to be the general manager, Marceau was making a very ignorant decision. He was making the worst decision for the fact of Jalen has no experience. Jalen told you he had no experience. And his thoughts were, or what came across from what you said, you and Tisha said, was he would come on and be, shadowing somebody who has general manager experience in a restaurant. And Tisha definitely was right on that one. Whereas, how about let's bring somebody in who has years of experience and have Jalen follow them? But no, Marcel wanted to take the cheap route. He wanted to give Jalen his little coin, try to sell him with a dream, talking about, oh, this could be your business one day. You could have stock or, a piece of black. He was definitely trying to sell him all types of mirages and dreams. Marceau is one of those people who's a wordsmith. I don't like people who are like that. Quit trying to play wordsmith with me and, talk in circles until I get lost on the point, because when it comes to Martel, I'm not going to forget the first question that I asked you and you want to take me down 600 different roads and avoid the question. Bitch, I'm still going to come back to the first question I asked you. And those type of niggas, like, you ask them one question and then they try to bring you on to 600 different questions so they avoid the first question that you asked. That's Marceau and Martel. But yeah, Marceau was such a wordsmith, but nonetheless, Jalen was talking to Tisha and was like, she was like, oh, what happened to the email updates at the end of the night? Like, I stopped receiving them. And he was like, well, this was a big holiday and, we were short on staff. We were short on servers. I was tired. Like, I was sitting there dealing with that. I had, to pick up where everybody else was slacking. So for Jalen, I'm sure he's confused. Like, wait a minute, I'm just supposed to be monitoring. Why am I over here damn near making drinks, in the back cooking, rushing plates to the table? Like, this ain't my job. So now Kimmi's looking at him like, oh, Jalen's not holding up. He's supposed to be doing the emails. And I feel like, Jalen, we got this whole goddamn restaurant getting ready to go under, and you worry about some emails? No, ma'am. So then Marceau comes in, and Marceau's like, oh, Jalen, you did such a great job. I knew you was going to be able to handle it. And Jalen, he's asking Jalen for his opinion. He's like, give us your honest opinion. And Jalen's like, well, I'm not going to lie. Like, this was a busy week for Black. Some servers. He said in the confessional that a bunch of people had quit. Why are people quitting, Tisha and Marceau? Why are people quitting? Answer us that. Marceau, you got, this black owned business and whatnot. You always right. You know the answers. But it's clearly looking like you're running this business like a chop shop. You got over here, got an inexperienced general manager telling you he needs help. And then you're sitting there like mad at him and you're questioning him for why he needs help. The man has no experience. So then when Jalen's like, well, I had to deal with all this stuff. I'm not going to lie. I thought you guys would have came in with a cape, and actually came in and started washing dishes or helping serve, like something. And Marceau really had the nerve to be like, oh, Jalen, he really wants, to swim with the big sharks. And, he's starting to really come off basically ungrateful, for the life experience that we're giving him. If he wants this job, but it's really starting to sound like he wants somebody to come in and save him. No, I want somebody to come in and do their fucking job. Marceau, even as a business owner, any business owner knows you have done each and every individual position in that bitch. There is no reason why you were not back home washing dishes, serving, helping run drinks, helping host something, because that's what a true business owner does that wants their business to succeed. You don't sit there across the country and then Tisha's talking about, oh, Jalen was saying everybody left, like he needs help. And then your answer to that is, oh, I ain't worried about it. Jalen's going to handle it. Sir, I don't get paid enough for this. I do not get paid enough to sit here and run a daycare center. Like, the fuck? And then Marceau really tried to like manipulate it and turn it into, oh, well, you did such a good job. That's what you're supposed to do. You never really know how strong you are until you put, the stress on your body and you realize, you could overcome that stress. So to know that you did good handling, such a big mess, like, you did real good, Jalen. What? You're not going to sit there and try to convince me because shit was going bad and I handled it in the best way possible that's what I'm supposed to continue doing, because that's not my job, Marceau. And that just really pissed me off, where he's like really trying to manipulate the situation and like really convince Jalen that, one, he's not good at his job because he's asking for help, and two, because he did do okay with the mess that he had, that, oh, now you get a pat on your back. Now I see that, you know, you can handle some stuff. No, sir. No. He should have quit with the rest of them hoes. If anybody quit, like, we need to figure out the Yelp reviews when it comes to Black, because there's no reason why all of this mess is happening. And then Marcel gonna sit there at the end talking about, oh, Jalen's getting valuable life experience, and he just doesn't seem to, you know, realize how good he got it. Fuck out of here, Marcel. Don't play me. Don't play me. If I was Jalen, I'd quit that next goddamn day. Talking about some emails and I did a good job handling a mess, but then at the same time talking about you want to swim with the sharks and you can't handle it, you asking me to come save you. Bitch, it's your business. What the you talking about? You're supposed to come and save me. This ain't my job. You don't pay me enough for this. You give me $2.50 on a dollar, nigga. I need $10.50 on a dollar. So it's like, bruh, get out of my face with this, Marceau. Ooh, Marceau pissed me off when he said that. Like, if I was Jalen, I would quit. Like, how have you not quit yet, Jalen? So Tisha's talking to Marceau after that and talking about she apologized for how she handled everything with Wanda. She just don't like when people are lying on you. And so she's like, I feel like if I'm defending you and you're not saying nothing, then basically it's, you know, it's basically co-signing what the people are saying. Like, if I'm defending you and you're not confirming, you know, what I'm defending you about, then it looks bad, basically. So for her, it's like, oh, Wanda's like, oh, you went after Mel and you're not answering the question. First of all, like Marcel said, you really think I'm pushing up on Mel? And the fact that you went so hard just simply on the fact about Mel, Tisha, you want to sit there and claim that you're not insecure, you good in your relationship, you and your boo-boo, you fine, all that type of stuff. It really starting to seem like you're unraveling when it comes to checking Marceau and, oh, these side chicks is ruthless, and you checking that girl, what's her name? Something from Ready to Love in the red dress, and then every episode you talking to somebody else about Marceau and all these women. So it's like, you ain't as secure as you want to claim you are, Tisha. And honestly, for anybody to be complaining, like, who Tisha really should be mad at is her mom, Wanda. Because Wanda's really the ones that's bringing all of these open-ended, you know, questions, all these open-ended rumors to the relationship. Yeah, Tisha, you might see this stuff on, you know, Twitter. And, you know, she's saying, you know, I just feel like I got to defend our relationship to everybody else. No, you don't. Because if you know you solid in your relationship, what the fuck you defending it for? But you are defending it because deep down, that woman intuition is yelling at the rooftops. The fat lady is singing, Tisha. Okay, the fat lady is singing, but Tisha not leaving, y'all. Even if Marceau got caught, at this point, we're basically just waiting on Marceau to get caught. Whether it be a previous bitch that he was messing with or maybe one in the future. But even if Marceau gets caught, Tisha, you're not going anywhere. So stop looking, because you're going to find what you're looking for. You're going to look stupid, and then you're going to look even more stupid when people are going to be like, I told you so, and your ass still stays. Because Melody, a stronger bitch than you, tolerated Martell for 5 years. So Melody is tolerating Martell for 5 years. Bitch, you definitely tolerate Marceau for 10. So quit looking, Tisha. That's all I'm saying, is quit looking. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. Am I tripping? Like, does she definitely need to lay off this thing with Marceau, because she not going nowhere? Do y'all believe Tisha will leave even if Marceau got caught? Drop down in the comments and let me know. But nonetheless, she apologized for that whole, you know, thing with grabbing his chin and all that type of stuff, being aggressive. But it's like, Tisha, you really need to get on your mama, because your mama's the one that's, you know, messing your relationship up. Which is why when she was talking about, oh, we're coming up on 15 years, you know, I really want to go to Vegas. He's like, Wanda coming? She's like, no, I'm taking a break from my mom right now. So they're all going to Vegas, and they're inviting all the couples, including Martell and Melody. Not a couple, but they'll be the singles there with Destiny. So we see a scene where Maurice actually goes to see Tiffany's husband, Blubber. I'm gonna call him Blubber because I don't know if y'all seen that movie called Blubber, but he built like it. I'm sorry, he built like a melted ice cream cone. Like, I can't. So Maurice stops by because he's like, you know, I had that conversation with Tiffany. I don't even know his name. I can't think of it. But he's like, you know, I just want to make sure, you know, things are still good between us. I'm sure production probably told him about how he was trying to get all book when he was talking to Tiffany about how he would have did something, Maurice would have got out of hand, that conversation could have went a whole different way. Nigga, shut up. So Maurice stops by and they start talking. He's like, I just wanted to check with you. Me and my wife, we came and sat down with you and Tiffany. I can really appreciate that she apologized. And, you as a man, you were sitting there. I mean, I'm sure you understand, like, when it comes to our kids, we got to protect them, in this situation. Tiffany definitely knew she fucked up. And the fact that she really keeps trying to stick to this thing of, oh, I was just bringing it up, like, oh, it was mean for conversation, and trying to act like what she did wasn't messy, or act like what she did didn't deserve a consequence. Ma'am, you talking about somebody's child on national TV and with a negative connotation of, oh, wasn't your son caught vaping? Like, you speaking on somebody else's child, they definitely gonna get in that ass. So when she started crying, it's probably because you realized you weren't the bad bitch you thought you were. But nonetheless, Maurice and old dude basically claimed, are cool. And they're like, oh, you're invited to Vegas. And, you and Tiffany, you get to hang with the group and, see what we're really about. Can you hang with the group? Da-da-da-da. And he's saying yes. So I just found it real funny how that energy changed. You was talking all that shit when Tiffany was on the lawnmower talking about, oh, I'll check him like we beating the dead horse. You gonna keep bringing it up. We gonna have problems. And then real fast, look how quick he turned, y'all. Just fake. Him and Tiffany fake. Okay? So everybody heads to Vegas. They get the bus. Tisha swings around the pole in her Fashion Nova outfit. Tisha got a nice body. Did she get it done? Somebody drop in the comments, let me know. Did Tisha get her body done? Like the mommy makeover, maybe? I don't think she got like injection. I don't think she got, the booty stuff. But I think, like, sometimes if you already got a little cake back there, if you suck out the stomach, it makes it more pronounced. So maybe that's what happened with Tisha. But nonetheless, everybody came in, did they spin on the pole. They head to the house, Martell, da-da-da-da. And when they get there, everybody puts their, stuff in the room. Then they start sitting at the counter talking about, the trip and threesomes and whatnot. So then it's another season of Ready to Love. Sorry, y'all. I'm sitting here recording and the TV's right here. And it was another season of Ready to Love getting ready to come in October. I'm ready for that. But nonetheless, they all sitting there at the counter talking about threesomes and the trip and da-da-da-da. So Maurice and Marceau were sitting there joking like, oh, y'all 15 years in. It's about damn time y'all do a threesome. And so Tisha's like, well, no, like a threesome, something that you don't plan. You do a spur of the moment. Now look. All you bitches who got your husband trying to convince you, babe, let's do this threesome. Let me tell you something. Rule number 1, don't let it be a bitch and don't let it be a bitch within the vicinity that your husband can reach. If you were to ever decide to do something, this should definitely be like, we on vacation out the country. We on vacation like way out of state or something. And it's a bitch we don't know, like that type of stuff. Because the last thing you want is for it to be somebody who he can get in contact with. Next thing you know, you're going to be playing sister wives. That's all I'm saying. It's too many. So ask how many women, the bitch that you decide to play scissor buddies with, your husband was with next. She was over there playing stepmama, okay? So be careful when it comes to these threesomes. But Marceau then went started to joke, oh, well, if Tisha found her girl, I wouldn't consider that cheating. So then it went from talking about threesomes to cheating. Or no, it went to talking about threesomes to Maurice was talking about, oh, Kimmi and Destiny, and everybody's like, Destiny feel like everybody want her, and Tisha's like, well, just because I can appreciate the beauty of a woman, like, doesn't mean I'm gonna jump on them. And I'm the same way. Like, even though I'm a woman and I might not be sexually attracted to women, I can appreciate their beauty. I can view a woman and be like, dang, oh, like, she bad, she pretty, stuff like that. So then they started talking about how Destiny want everybody, like, be thinking everybody want her. Sorry, I'm over here babysitting, so I'm making sure she don't wake up, because that energy, when she wake up, it's gonna be over. All right, y'all, sorry, I'm back. I was trying to make sure the baby didn't wake up, y'all. I'm telling you, This baby, she won going on 30. She get up and she run around Tasmanian Devil. But what was I talking about? Oh, the threesome stuff. So yeah, basically Marceau trying to be slick. Oh, ask for forgiveness later. You know, Marceau be playing into the shit that he cheated. He know he do. But yeah, so them talking about the threesomes, and the cheating, then Martell talking about, well, it's only cheating if you don't know. And Kimmi made me laugh because she's like, if anybody know cheating, it's Martell. But he need to go ahead and read second edition of cheating because clearly he still ain't trying to learn the lesson. Like, Martell be going back and forth. He be knowing the stuff that he doing is fucked up. Like, bruh. And you definitely shouldn't be in the midst of this conversation with cheating because we all know your history. But yeah, so they went from that to later coming in after they changed to the bathing suits and having drinks. And then they started like joking around. You could definitely tell, you know, they was getting liquored up. And they started talking about how, oh, you know, Marceau, he done lost weight ever since Maurice moved in. You know, he lost 70 pounds. And then Marceau was like, well, you talking about me? Like, you know, what about you? You know, you got here, lost weight. And Martell was like, oh, you know, and then Kimmi came along. Oh no, Marceau was like, oh, you know, and then you was in a fucked up marriage. And so then they started laughing. And you could tell the energy between Maurice, Martell, and Marceau. When those three get together, I just immediately think Creep Squad. And if you watch TV, you know exactly who Creep Squad is. When I watched them laugh in the kitchen, I just thought Creep Squad because all three of them, you can definitely tell, feed off each other energy, especially Marceau and Martell. So you're not going to tell me out here before in these streets that Martell was doing what he was doing and Marceau wasn't. Martell ass just got caught. But when they were talking about, oh, you know, him being an effed up marriage, Kimmi was like, no, don't say that. And then here go Tiffany. And then, Kimmi, you stole him. Skirt. Bitch, okay, let me tell you something, Tiffany. Okay, bitch, let me tell you something. You new to this circle, so let me clarify. I ain't still nothing, okay? Kimmi had to I ain't still nothing. Then Martell's like, ooh, she's talking about you being a side chick. And Martell just kept egging it on. And Martell knew what he was doing. Martell definitely is trying to egg on the conversation to be messy for other people, so nobody's no longer paying attention to him. So when they get outside, that's what they're talking about, like how Martell be saying shit, because this whole side chick thing started with Martell. So at this point, Kimmi's ready to push him in the pool because she's like, okay, y'all, like y'all playing, and now I'm starting to get like, it's starting not to be funny. They talking about, oh, Kimmi, you was a side chick, and then here go Tiffany still playing with it, talking about, well, you were together, you got better, but you know, not side chickish ways. And it's like, why do you keep, like, everybody kept egging it on? So of course Kimmy's like, okay, I guess it's not funny because people already thinking that. And then it's like, Maurice, why are you not defending your wife? Maurice, they out here playing with your wife's name. So I'm really starting to look at Maurice like, this timeline might be a little more blurry than we think, huh, Maurice? What you not telling Kimmi? What you not telling Kimmi? Because Kimmi is dead set on this, I wasn't no side chick. And I believe Kimmi really genuinely believes that she was not no side chick. But Maurice, the way he acting and he allowing them to joke with her name is making me feel like you fucking with the timeline. That's how I'm starting to feel. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how y'all feel. Was Kimmi in side chick position? Did Maurice have her as a rebound? Was he still messing with Kiowa? What do you guys think? But yes, so then Kimmy's like, oh, I guess it's really as funny as you having a side baby. And Marceau was like, this is funny. She's like, I don't see Tisha laughing. Here go Tisha in the confessional talking about, I don't know why Kimmy's trying to come after me, talking about, oh, you know, side baby. Why did you even bring that up? That didn't even have to do with anything. You know, Kimmi just took a jab at us because Marceau took a jab at you. Bitch, yeah. Like, he keep jabbing at me, bitch, I'ma stab back. What you think? Duh. And you mad because to my, oh, that didn't have anything to do with anything. So did me being a side chick. It had nothing to do with anything. But y'all keep talking to me about it, so bitch, I'ma throw rocks back. So Then they moved from that to Tisha being like, well, since we got everybody here, you know, I want to talk about Wanda. You told my mom to shut the fuck up. And she was like, no, I didn't. She's like, I did not tell your mama that. And she's like, oh, so my mama's just lying to me? Now, Tisha, you know who your mama is. You know who your mama is. You know who your mama is. She stay exaggerating shit. She would have goddamn stubbed her toe and she would be like, Kimmi pushed me into the chair and I broke my foot. Like, that's who Wanda is. But when they do the playback, Kimmi was like, Wanda, don't come to me when, like, saying I'm done with something with no evidence. And if you don't have no evidence, then stop the fuck talking. That's how she said it. Now, could you in a roundabout way be like, she told Wanda to shut the fuck up? If you wanted to. But the truth is, like Kimmi said, I really could have had Wanda quiet. I really could have went at Wanda, but she didn't. She really didn't. She could have had Wanda hurt, honestly. So then they started going at it about like how Tisha can be smart, and then she's like, well, you know, the same things go for Jalen. You know, you can just say some certain things with Jalen and I don't bring it to you. And she's like, well, speaking of that, she's like, why would your son even think that, you know, we got a problem? You know, I'm not like that way. I would never take it out on, you know, Jalen. He family, da-da-da-da. And she was like, well, you know, the example is like, if Jalen says something to me, like, I'm not sitting there coming to you like, well, what the f you said? Because when Wanda tells you something, Tisha's always running to Kimmi like, well, what the f did you say to my mama? So it's kind of like, first of all, your mama grown, Tisha. If somebody get in that ass, it's probably because she deserved it. And you can't sit there and be like, oh, she my mama. Tell your mama to shut up talking. That's real tea. She want to be sitting here all big and bad with grown women. Like, we all can be grown women together. That all respect your elder shit goes out the window when it comes to Wanda J. Blige. It does. Okay? Because she be pushing it. But when it came to Jalen, talking about, oh, yes, ma'am, and all that stuff, Marceau was like, oh, I'm the king of, you know, sending something, you know, wording something, and then not seeming smart, but it really is. So, nigga, did you just snitch on yourself? It sounded like you snitched on yourself, Marceau. That's what it sounded like. So now he's like, you know, he definitely was wrong. He was being short with her. And so she was like, it was tone on both sides. You know, he was like, I can see, you know, Tisha can be wrong. You know, I can be wrong. You and Jalen can be wrong. But I see to be the only one who can realize that. And Kimmi said, Kimmi looked at Maurice like, do I ever say Jalen ain't wrong? He was like, oh, I can't stand your motherfucking ass. This is I'm talking about. And when she said that, I was like, come on, Kimmi. Kimmi said, oh, I can't stand your ass. When she said it like that, I just died. And now everybody on the sideline looking like, oh, he done did it now. You done up and did it now, Marceau. So now next week, Melody makes it to the trip, and it's kind of like, what's going to happen? Because, yeah, Martell, he like, you know, it's no problem me being here single, watching everybody else because they like friends and they like family. But the truth is, Martell loves getting a rise out of Melody. As much as he wants to sit there and say, like, oh, he don't want the drama, he loves getting a rise out of Melody because he likes the interaction with her. He would rather be fighting with her than her acting like she's happy, her day is fine, you know, completely unbothered. Like, he can't see that. He don't like seeing Melody unbothered without him. But we'll see how next week plays out. Y'all definitely drop down in the comments below. Tell me how you feel about this episode. How do you guys feel about Marceau and the way that he treated Jalen when it came to Black? Do you think Marceau is understanding? You know, why do you guys think Marceau is not understanding why Jalen is upset that he had to play server, chef, hostess, you know, bartender? What is Marceau missing? Like I said, when it comes to the timeline of Kimmi and being side chick to Kiowa, do you guys think Maurice is maybe not telling Kimmi something? Drop it on comments and let me know. Make sure to go follow my Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Those are on the description box. And I definitely will catch you guys later after I watch Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, y'all. See you.